Bitcoin is still in the midst of this major consolidation phase, and in the next 24 hours, this CME gap will be expiring. And on today's update video, I am going to give a big update on all the most important news, what happened yesterday in the market, and more importantly, I'm going to be discussing what is likely to be happening next with Bitcoin. I'm going to be talking about the liquidation heat map, about the most important charts and patterns, and much more important details about this upcoming very important period in the market. So this will be discussed, including the new breaking news on Ethereum, which sent Ethereum a little bit higher compared to Bitcoin. And actually yesterday we managed to outperform Bitcoin by about 2% here. I will be all discuss it on today's update video, so don't forget to slap on that like button. Back above 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated, and let me jump straight away in towards today's video. So first of all, we're creating a new CME gap at $86,781. And yes, this CME gap, once again, like all the other ones here, we're expecting that, of course, if we do create a big price action difference over the course of the weekend, we are likely going to be filling it up on the Monday or potentially on the Tuesday again here. Because literally for like 99% of all the times whenever we do create the CME gap, it gets filled up within a matter of days here. So this is once again the expectation we will be having for today's Sunday and of course the last day of the weekend. Then quickly, I want to be running through the very important news that came out here, is that yesterday Texas Senate passed the historical Bitcoin reserve bill, and it is likely that Texas is going to become the first state with a Bitcoin strategic reserve out there. And for example, the state of Texas is the 8th biggest economy in the world here, and you can compare it to Italy, France, or India. So that is honestly a very big thing here. We're seeing major states in the United States of America also willing to accumulate Bitcoin. That is just a very great development, and ultimately that is going to be something very bullish for Bitcoin as well here. So that is great here. Also, we got the $110 billion worth of Van Eck revealing 6 ways for the US government to be buying more Bitcoin. Obviously, I do think the US government noticed themselves as well here, but we're likely still have to wait about 30 to potentially even 60 days before the US government is going to come up with a plan on how they're going to be, of course, accumulating more Bitcoin. And of course, depending on this plan is depending on how bullish the strategic Bitcoin reserve is actually going to be here. But the White House has also officially stated that, of course, Bitcoin is truly secure, truly decentralized, and has no issuer. So the White House is giga bullish on Bitcoin. They're stating so many bullish things there. That is just a very great thing here. Even their Twitter page here, they tweeted about it yesterday. America will be the Bitcoin superpower of the world here. The golden age of America has begun here. So honestly, so many interesting things are happening here. And honestly, I do expect that in the coming months, we're going to see more further developments regarding this exact Bitcoin strategic reserve here. So looking forward towards that here. And yeah, many other big players are saying that the United States of America should sell a part of their gold to be buying more Bitcoin for the strategic reserve. So if that would be happening, obviously it's going to be crashing the gold price, and it's going to be pumping the Bitcoin price. And if that will be happening, it is going to be ultimately quite bullish here. So we do know other countries as well, like China, they own billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. And right now it's really the race on who can own the most here. So very exciting, very interesting what is happening. And in the meantime, the Bitcoin price has died out here. I mean, you can see over the course of this weekend, there's no price action whatsoever. Bitcoin is just trading between a range of about, what is it, $400-500, and we're bouncing between the highs and the lows here. And this is of course happening on a weekend. Usually weekends do have lower volatility, but you can see ultimately on the bigger perspective that Bitcoin is creating lower highs on the top side, higher lows on the lower side, and basically the price action is getting squeezed up on Bitcoin. And we're just waiting to see whenever that next major breakout is going to be occurring here. So really, that is what I'm looking at right now here. Also, on that 4-hourly time frame, we can see a major consolidation phase getting created, and Bitcoin is currently actually that very important support line, which we have touched already 3 times right now here. So if we break the support line, Bitcoin is indeed going to be sending it much lower, and that would ultimately be something extremely bearish here. So I'm going to be looking at this level very closely. But if I am looking at the liquidation heat map, it is really pointing to me that we're at least going to see a move towards the upside, because you can see clearly over here that there's almost no liquidity laying below us. and all the liquidity is laying above us around 95 to 97,000 US dollar level. So really, if I'm looking at the liquidation heat map, it is likely to expect another push higher here. But of course, it is weekend. There's nothing very special happening right now here. So I guess really for the big price action, we have to wait for next week here. And then we're going to be looking at this major consolidation phase, which we are currently creating here on the market. So this is the most important thing to look at. Then last week, we saw once again even more outflow on the spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF here. And really what we need to see is these ETF issuers stop capitulating here, because they are really also contributing towards the Bitcoin prices having it a little bit more tough here. Because you can see, first of all, the cumulative flows were sitting around 41 billion and now they're sitting around 36 billion. So about $4 billion has flown out of the spot Bitcoin ETF over the most recent weeks here. I mean, these things can also happen. It's a clear trend shift here we've seen on the spot Bitcoin ETF here. But ultimately, I do hope we're going to be seeing a reversal on this trend here. So yeah, we're going to be looking closely towards that, but ultimately we have seen some significant outflows coming in on those ETFs here. And then looking at my trading strategy, I mean, my trading strategy is in the midst of it still doing very well here, since we have a very strong accumulation and distribution strategy all set up here on the Pionex exchange here. I mean, it is basically allowing us to use grid trading bots here to, of course, predict and, of course, have a great trading strategy to maximize the profits in the market. You can see here on my orders that my Bitcoin trade is about $3,800 in profit, about 10%, and my Ethereum trade around $160 right now in profit, about 3% here. So consistently over the last weeks here, guys, we've been doing extraordinary. I mean, since we started, we're about 10% up with our portfolio. And yeah, I shared these trading bots also in the link description of today's video. So if you did copy them, because you can do so right here, you literally made a lot of money from this. So super excited. And honestly, guys, if you are interested in trading on Pionex, what I would highly recommend here is first to sign up an account using the highest link below here, because if you sign up through that link here, you will be able to participate in this insane deposit bonus where you sign up an account, you will already get a free $20 US. And then whenever you make a net $100 deposit, you get a free $100. So if you're interested in that, check it out in the link description of today's video. Further on, we can see that the large Bitcoin investors are still accumulating, while we are seeing major capitulation coming in from retail investors. And you can see retail investors from short-term wallets. You can see they are, of course, smaller wallets. So yeah, the people that are new to the market, the people that don't have a lot of invested, are capitulating in this market right now here, while the larger investors are still accumulating. So a very interesting metrics that is currently saying something about what we're seeing. And yeah, we're ultimately still in a major trend towards the upside. And you can see that we're right now retesting this major upward sloping support line here on the daily time frame. And then at the same time, we can of course see that the global liquidity is massively increasing right now here. And ultimately, if global liquidity increases, it will be sending asset prices higher. And yeah, at the same time, while we are seeing this slight little correction on Bitcoin, exchange reserves are still dropping. We're seeing major accumulation, and this could be the major bear trap like we have seen in many previous cycles as well here. So ultimately, I do think that, of course, people were hyped up for the strategic Bitcoin reserve here. Ultimately, the reality is that we still have to wait maybe another 30, maybe even 60, or maybe even 90 days here before we're going to get a clear strategy on how the United States of America is going to be actually accumulating their Bitcoin. So yeah, that is the reality, and that is maybe why the market is a little bit more slow right now here. But ultimately, I mean, there are still major opportunities in the market. We do know that Trump's company, World Liberty Finance, has accumulated a lot of Ethereum. In the most recent days, I've also revealed about how Ethereum is so extremely oversold right now here. And then yesterday, we got very important news that US banks can now be validators on Ethereum to, of course, stake their Ethereum. So this is a huge win for Ethereum. And this was also one of the reasons why yesterday Ethereum saw actually a major increasement compared to Bitcoin. I mean, the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin pair has seen a significant bounce back towards the upside. On the weekly time frame, we can see that, of course, it is in a massive bear market. But whenever you call this bottom here, whenever you take a long position on this bottom, it's a very great range here. I mean, if we're looking at the level where we're currently trading at, it is a very interesting zone here. I think the risk to reward is definitely available right here. Previous low in the market right here, previous high in the market right here, previous low in the market right here. You're literally accumulating at this low here. And if you then also, of course, looking at this different chart here on the weekly time frame in general, you can see that you're buying at a major support box here, where previously around we got major rejections from. over here, major support was found over here, and also right here, major support. And whenever we broke below this level, we had a major dump here. So this is a level of major significance, and that is why I am accumulating heavy positions into Ethereum. And yeah, we can see literally accumulation is happening because over 400,000 Ethereum has left Kraken only moments ago here. And that once again shows you also that there are large players, large individuals accumulating. And yeah, regulation is getting better and better for Ethereum as well here. And that could ultimately help us to send Ethereum higher. So yeah, this was it once again for me in today's update video. If you did learn something from it, don't forget to stop with that like button. It will be highly appreciated. And yeah, hope to see you guys back again tomorrow on another update video. Peace out. Goodbye.